Wanted to fill everyone in on a little project we've got going on out on the golf course. This is an area many of you have probably seen here the late part of the summer. It's between the 11th green and the 12th tee. In this area we had a drainage issue, and what we found was that the clay tile, old clay tile in here, had been disrupted and interfered with by the tree roots, and it was no longer draining the water out through the tile. So we had this backup here, and anytime we'd get any sort of significant rain, this would back up and you'd get water running across the cart path here and eventually down and across the fairway. Last winter we had a lot of ice damage on this fairway because of the amount of water that ran across it. So we looked into it. We worked on trying to fix the drainage as best we could without doing any sort of major work, and it just wasn't successful. So what we've done here, now that the golf course is closed, we've gone across the cart path, and here you can see across the approach on the 11th fairway, we're going to have to run a drain tile from here into a drain that sits over near my cart on the other side of the fairway. So what we do when we have to do something of this nature is, it's almost like a maybe a plastic surgeon, you could say, is we come in and we cut all the sod off the surface, peel it back, do the work we need to do, and then when it's all said and done, we'll put the sod back on top, and after a month or so next season, you probably won't even notice we were here. So what you find anytime you do any kind of trenching on an old golf course like this is lots of stuff. You can see some water filling the trench because of the amount of moisture we've received. That's not ideal, but in this situation it's sort of what we have to deal with. Down here, I don't know if you can see it inside the trench, there's an old clay tile that we ran into. We were very careful not to disturb that because more than likely that's carrying quite a bit of water right now. We've got an irrigation line right here that we had to cross, and then down there on the other side of the fairway we have another irrigation line that we have to cross. Actually, we go underneath them. It's an interesting process. Something we hope we get decent weather for, and fortunately this week we have. And I would suspect that by the end of tomorrow we will be pretty close to putting the sod back on this area.